Well, there you go. That's why they're infatuated with ass, because that's all they think about.
Ay, ay,
That's
ay.
all that matters. No.
Ay, ay.
You gotta hold your own. Debate, debate, debate. Make time for it, make time for it. Debate, debate. Make time for it, make time for it. It's not too late. Quickies.
Okay. What is going on, y'all? What's going on? So, this is Quickies. We back, we back. Another one. One of these niggas I know, we're talked to kind of off and on. I wanted to get him on. He may represent the YN perspective. I don't know, because I think he's like in between. But TreG is who we have on this segment. And he is K104 Morning Show, DD in the Morning Show, one of the crew on there. And I mean, it's one of my favorite morning shows, and I'm not trying to even be funny. I watch it all the time. I feel like a stalker a lot of way. I would not want anybody to be that aware of what I do in my job. Nonetheless, we're here to get in his shit, talk about relationships, and see what else I can figure out about this one. So, welcome to the show, TreG.
What's popping? What's popping? Hello,
What's going
hello.
on? What's going on?
That was
So, I
quite
had
an
you,
introduction. I was
because
more so talking about, I know this one nigga.
if it's
It's hilarious.
offensive, I will take it back.
No, not at all. Not
Okay,
at
because I'm like, I feel like we on the this one nigga, this one chick I know type
all.
shit. The okay, so you attribute that to not being a man if the woman pursues you.
Not necessarily attributed to not being a man. I just feel like more so like she would be stepping on your toes. If she did that. Like, I do think that there is stock in or currency in a man asking a woman out. Like, hey, I like the connection that we have. I love to
Okay,
take it further and I love to come see you, whatever. If she
okay,
asks you out first, sometimes that can make me personally, that can make me feel as though she is being the initiator or she is stepping and I'm not.
okay,
I'm taking more of a like backseat, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
okay. So I'm hearing you say that, but then like she can't show you that she's interested in you first, and then you be like, oh, okay, then or
Yo.
you saying she can't even do that. Like you got to be like literally like in the corner of the room. I see her right there, baby. Like that kind of energy where she don't even know you there.
No, 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 no. She can definitely show interest, or she can
Okay.
definitely like do things that she feels necessary to do, to show that she is open to the conversation and interested. You know what I'm saying? I actually prefer that. But when it
Okay.
comes to like those big milestone things, when it comes to offering a number or asking for a number, when it comes to going out on dates, asking for a date, I would prefer if my woman said, or if the woman that I'm like interested in, if she just waited for me to ask her on a date. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she
Oh,
wants to ask me on a date, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it. But in my
okay.
mind, I will think, well, damn, I was going to get to that point. She beat me to it. So now let's kind of just see where it goes. I honestly feel like those are kind of also early indicators of she
Okay.
may not be able to follow. Like, she may not be able to have a
Lead
man that
control.
that wants to lead and actually
Yeah.
leads.
She can't be the woman to pay for the date either. Then.
I,
The
I
way.
would I would pay for the date. If I'm asking her out, I'll pay for the date. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even if she was to ask me out on a date, I as
Mhm.
the man feel as though that is my duty to pay for the date. If I ain't
Okay.
got no money to pay for the date and I'm sitting there nickel and diming it like that, then I shouldn't be here. Like, point blank period.
Yeah, there's some that don't think that way. I'll just say that.
And that's
Um.
okay. And that's okay too. Different
Yeah.
strokes for different folks. What work for me
Yeah.
don't work for somebody else, vice versa.
But
Yo.
some of your ideology or whatever is traditional, whereas some of it is more like present day kind of thing. Because do you feel like a woman can reach out to you on social media, or does it have to be in physical person, like
No,
that you connect with a woman?
I
That
don't mind her
curious.
reaching out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't mind her reaching out on social media.
Okay.
I think that we can explore all avenues, kind of like what is at our fingertips nowadays. So social media is definitely a vital tool that we can explore to do that.
Now you have been on the show before. We're here to talk about. your dating life, a lot of different things, but what are you doing at your age range? You
Yeah.
represent the YN, but the younger generation.
Okay.
You have a lot of opinion about
Mm-hmm.
dating because you do date a lot of women. This is what we hear on the radio, whether it's true or not. I don't know what the fuck to believe no more.
Okay.
Because you out in them streets, right?
Okay. Right on.
No, 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 no. I need you to answer the question. You about to be Mr. Deflect King, okay? Because
Okay.
we got a
Yes.
lot of them on this season.
Okay. Yes. You are right.
Okay. What are your intentions with dating all these women? Like, do you feel like you just really that picky?
So I don't think it's a thing of being picky, right? I think we go through different seasons in our life. Let me start by saying this. I don't know if I necessarily represent the YN of the world.
Okay, I wasn't saying cougars. You're not like this in relation to your age.
100%, 100%, 100%. I get what you're saying. I think when it comes to them YNs, they a whole different mindset and a whole different mentality. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely understand. Yeah, I definitely understand what you mean, though. When it comes to like me dating and me dating the women that I talk to or whatever, I think people think that there's this like whirlwind of women that I'm just like juggling in this universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not how it goes.
Hold on, these two watches is really distracting as hell.
No, Lord.
Okay.
I'm just talking like this the whole time.
Go ahead. No,
I'm
okay.
just talking like this the whole time.
Okay,
But
but
yeah, I think people
whirlwind of women.
yeah, they think that it's this whirlwind of women, and it's not like that at all. Maybe I might be talking to somebody, maybe we'll like, tail off, or things just don't go how, we both maybe either planned it to go. And then at that point, my options are back open again. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like there's a cluster of women or like some house flowers that I keep chained up in a basement like I'm R. Kelly or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like that. It's more so just, maybe this connection didn't work out, so let me move on and find my happiness, and she move on and find hers. Point blank period.
Okay. So you are intentional, but I don't know, because like I'ma say, as long as I've heard you talk on the radio, you've been single. You ain't had not a IHOP. Okay, and if you don't know what IHOP is, interchange the P, and you can use them both for the same thing. I call it IHOP. In-house.
Okay.
Well, the HO. Anyway, yeah.
I get you. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Mona Leo. Yeah. So this is the thing. This is the thing about that, right? This is the thing about that. Like, I consider when I say somebody is my friend, I consider them a friend. That's why I don't call everybody my friend. When I say somebody is my girl, that's my girl. That's my woman. You know what I'm saying? So I don't call everybody my woman. Same thing. I'm a Cancer. So I kind of look at this stuff differently. No, I have not had a girlfriend this whole entire time that I have been with the morning show. I can't say with K104 because I did have a girlfriend at one point when I was at K104. Since I've been at K104. But no, I have not had a girlfriend throughout this whole entire thing. Now you of course have people that you are connected with, people that you may have like a long-term dealing with. And when I say long-term, I mean like maybe like a year or 2 years, something like that. But
So, like,
yeah, I don't have a girlfriend.
Are we trying to be polite? You mean a fuck buddy?
I mean, if that's what you call it, that's what you call it.
FWB, friends with benefits. Then we'll say friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits. Okay. If that, like I said, that's what you call it, that's what you call it. But sometimes it's not even about like we might not even have like intercourse. It might not be we fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It might be more so we just are connected. We talk every so often. They might stay in a whole nother fucking city. You know what I'm saying? My dick ain't that long where I can fuck her from wherever she at. You see what I'm saying? So
okay, this is TreG I wanted.
I'm just saying.
No. I appreciate you for being real. Okay, so you don't consider it a failure that you're dating these women for a little bit of time, it doesn't work out, and then you move on, or you're not complacent. You accept rejection very beautifully. Like I don't know nobody like how. It's like I mean. I'm not been rejected and Much as I be acting like the shit don't be fucking with me. So how do you do it?
So your first question, I don't consider it a failure just because I do consider it a lesson. Not gonna lie to you. Like
Okay.
I think there's lessons in failing forward, I guess if you would call it.
Yeah.
So there's lessons. Maybe I didn't want this and I don't like in my next person, I'll look for something more like this. Or like, maybe I'm trying to figure out what it is that I want in a partner and what I can be for a partner. So I don't look at it as a failure. I look at it more so as a lesson. The second half of the question, what was the second half one more time?
How do you deal with
That's it,
you
rejection.
said you don't. Well, but you don't consider it rejection, so it's a lesson for you.
Well, but I don't consider rejection a failure also. You see what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I can say, yeah, there have been, and I always tell anybody that I'm talking to, hey, listen, I am dating. So if you don't want to be a part of that, or if you don't want to, if you can't handle me going out on dates and doing this and that and the third, then we probably shouldn't like connect. We probably shouldn't need to like do this. But I think what it be a lot of the times, women feel like, okay, yeah, I can change his mind, or I'm the one for
Mhm.
him. But then once you actually see, I guess the program is a little strict on this. like, I don't really like bend and budge a whole lot with what I'm looking for and what I want, and I'm not gonna like
Okay.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. So if
Would you say you're outside in terms of what? Okay, the term outside, because Cardi B made it this whole thing,
yo,
and a lot of the girlies in the music industry made it that whole thing about being outside. You
right.
you are outside, or you kind of like in the doorway, maybe.
Yeah, I would say I'm kind of like in the doorway. I don't really like outside. Outside and me don't really vibe too much like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Okay,
don't like to be in the functions. I don't like to be kind of like in the way. I like to be really out the way, put up into myself.
but you're outside way much. Way I said I can't even talk English. Way, way more. I would say than the average because of your job.
Sure, sure.
And you have to be an extroverted person. I don't know if it's to necessarily do the job, but to even be so to be you have to have an extroverted personality to want to be outside even after being outside. Like,
Right, right.
do you
You
feel
do.
like you absolutely are extroverted? So are you looking for I didn't even think about this, but do you look for introverted women, or do you look for also extroverted women when it comes to like your compatibility?
You know what's funny? I was just thinking about this the other day. I actually like a woman that don't care to be in the mix like that. Like
So you want
if she
to
wanna go out to the club, or if she wanna go out to a lounge or a day party or like art festival with her friends and shit like that, that's 100% fine. That's cool. When it comes to me and my job, I take my job very seriously. So if I'm outside for work, I don't necessarily want or care to have a woman who just want to always be at the comedy shows, or
yeah,
at the events or at the concert. I don't necessarily care to have a partner that does that, because I don't even like for my partner to really be in those environments with me, because it's so like uncontrolled. And
yeah,
if something happens to somebody that I'm with, I take that very serious. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And sometimes people outside can be very disrespectful when we go to these places. So
Mhm.
to stop any kind of misunderstandings, I would rather take that variable out and only have that every so often. I like to roll by myself to like work events. Now, if we out socially, that's totally different. But if
Right.
it's a work thing, I'm here to work, then I need to kind of lock in and focus. And sometimes you can come with me, sometimes we can do it together. But for the most part, I just kind of want to be in the zone.
Damn, that I don't consider myself an extrovert, but there's a lot of people that tell me I am. And I'm
Sure.
like, man, I'd rather be in the house, da, 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 da.
Yeah,
But I have a big personality, and I guess it translates to extrovert.
definitely do.
So I so so and then I find myself being attracted to quiet, off put like stay out the way types over
Yeah,
ones that's arrogant, just real out there,
yeah.
got all the hoes. And I
Real
want all
quick.
mics on the show. Yeah.
Real quick, I'll tell you this. Like, even though it's my job to be outside like that, I might be outside in a place and nobody knows that I work for K104 for the radio station. I don't like to be the center of attention. I don't have to be the center of attention. So
Yeah.
I'll go outside and I'll be in a room and I'll just be part of the room. That's it. I'm cool with it.
Damn it, I be trying to not relate to people not like that, but like it seems like I'm trying to relate to you, but I relate to you.
I get you.
But
I
it's
get you.
crazy because I'm like, I would prefer to be in like a date, like as far as a date is concerned, I prefer to be in a quiet, romantic area opposed
Facts.
to some big, like just gaudy ass,
Yeah.
just all this stuff. Like I'm like, that's not a
Uh-huh.
date to me. That's like an event.
Right.
And I'm like, that's why I say, oh, I'm an introvert, but I guess my personality never matches that. But it's made me realize like that's why you prefer the opposite type. Like do you consider yourself an alpha male or beta male?
I don't really consider myself either. You know what I'm saying? I'll say this. I don't.
You could be
I'm very big.
a
Say it one more time.
sigma male.
Maybe.
Look that up because
Maybe.
I researched that. Somebody told me that on a BDSM show of all things, but
Yeah. BDSM. All right, for sure. I know what that's saying for.
what I'm saying, that's where I learned it. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I guess I'm a sigma female because I was saying
Yeah.
alpha female, but you don't consider yourself either.
Not necessarily. I don't really subscribe to it. I just say this. I'm big on respect. I'm big on giving respect and I'm big on receiving respect. I won't disrespect
Okay.
you don't disrespect me. Point blank period. That's really all I worry about. But when it comes to like the alpha and the beta and the sigma and all it, like for the people who subscribe to it, it's cool. But I'm not really somebody who just, Now I'm a man's man. I do believe in doing things that a man is supposed to do. You know what I mean? But I don't necessarily just consider myself, oh, this alpha male and you got to massage my feet when I walk and all this.
So apparently TreG, he got a little bit of sense. A lot more than I thought he had, but a lot less in some other areas I expected. I expected more of you, TreG. I expected more of you. We had fun on this episode. Maybe a lot more fun than we intended to have. But somebody is gonna be coming back for more. And again, you know what they say when they come back for more. Yeah. His perspective was a little bit of YN mixed with some millennial. I'll give you that. There was some things I was hoping was not true. Mm, 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 mm. And one had to do with kitchen utilities. I don't know. I don't know what to say on that one. And there's some other utilities in there as well that he running up as well. And there's also some unfortunate news that us in the little booty community had to endure. Yeah. And he broke it down. He broke it down. Shit. Well, little booties, I tried. This is your girl, Jae Marie. All jokes aside, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe at the Quickie Show. Make sure you also cut that bell on because you do not want to miss it on my foolishness or any of my guest foolishness, but some of them be on some real shit too. And some of them be on some real shit too. Okay. If you got some real shit you need to talk about, if you got an opinion you want to drop for a story you want to tell, 940-343-5685. That is the Quickies Hotline. And make sure you bling it sometime. But also, make sure you make time for a quickie. This is your girl, Jae Marie.
It's not too late. Quickies.